You certainly took your time. The invention of apology does not legitimize failure. Let us get down to business without further ado. It is my understanding that you need some kind of evidence against your opponent to be used in your Senate. Something to prove the existence of his business relations with my husband. Fortunately, my husband keeps thorough records of all such dealings. Ptolemy keeps all ledgers detailing his business transactions in his palace in Alexandria. We shall pay a visit to my dear husband. It might be beneficial for you to make his acquaintance, don't you think? Was it a secret? I didn't know. I have a very close relationship with secrets. They tend to reveal themselves to me. That's not a problem. The people of Egypt will not prevent us from traveling. And my husband is probably looking for a reason to talk to me. Assassination? Is that how your glorious republic works? I'm sure our enemies would never stoop so low. Jest notwithstanding, Ptolemy has very publicly offered us safe passage. Killing either of us now would ruin his reputation in perpetuity. War is not simply a matter of swords and shields. Surely an illustrious leader such as you would know this. A war is best won without spilling any blood. Splendid. I have already informed Ptolemy about our impending arrival. Let us quickly be on our way. This could give us an opportunity to end this war. I get the feeling Ptolemy is willing to parley. You must trust me. It is safer to travel separately. We shall meet in Alexandria.
My friend, it is good to see you are still well. Does it? It seems to me the war has only just begun.
Greetings, Legate. All quiet.
A shrine to a god of travel, no doubt. We should leave an offering, just in case.
We need not answer to any barbarian gods. Do you know what this is, Legate? Free money.
There you are. Well done. I have just arrived myself. Let us enter.
One moment. We need a solid plan before we go in.
I'm pretty sure the Legatus has a plan.
If I may provide one piece of advice, do not seem too friendly with Cleopatra. She and Ptolemy are already at war. If they sense how close your alliance is, the Pharaoh may find it prudent to have her executed.
You should invent a reason for our absence, but let us refrain from starting a fight we can't win. The palace is full of guards.
May Celeris bless this meeting of peace.
Welcome to Alexandria. We've been expecting your arrival. I hope you will like the accommodations.
You dare address this Roman instead of your rightful queen? Unlikely, given that it was I who arranged this meeting. Even then, it's just rude to address a subordinate in the presence of a ruler. We are in Egypt. It is my land. As long as we are here, everyone is my subordinate. You'd better remember that. Charmian! You disrespect me at your own risk.
The Roman delegation has arrived. Inform the cooks.
Welcome to Alexandria, honored Romans. May Ra's light shine upon you.
Do not wander off. You are in the palace of the most divine...
I'm going! Stop chasing me, by the goddess!
You're lucky the Pharaoh didn't have you executed, idiot girl.
Wow, rude! You want me to call down a curse of Ubasti upon you? Because I've just about had it with you people!
You can't curse me.
Try me, you'll see.
Just go home. The Pharaoh is expecting important guests.
Huh? Oh, I'm Raya, priestess of Ubasti. I've had a really rough day.
The cat goddess. She is greatly revered among the people. How has my blithering fool of a husband offended you, dear?
It's a long story. Well, actually, I guess it's pretty short. He's throwing a festival of Celeris in Memphis. It's going to cause so much trouble. I waited here a month to get this audience, and then... Oh, they were all counting on me back home, and I blew it. We worship the old gods in Memphis. He's doing this against the people's will. It's disrespectful. I may have lost my temper a little.
And yet your head is still attached to your shoulders. Perhaps my husband does retain some small measure of respect for the old gods.
I guess?
We're looking for a place where books and ledgers are kept. Do you know it?
The library? It's the building right over there. Good luck in there. I'm going to go find a corner to cry in.
You are a mess, girl. I will sit with you.
All right. Thank you. Do you like cats?
You are in the presence of Ptolemaeus Theos Philopator, he who rules over land and sea, this world and the other world, of the dead and of the living. He who is the face of the sun and the will of the Nile.
Hello, husband. You look particularly pathetic today.
It is always good to see you, honored wife.
It is customary to greet a foreign ruler with a bow.
You have trained her well, my dear wife.
Like all Romans. She responds well to discipline. Well, I think we are all sufficiently acquainted, so shall we begin?
Very well. There seems to be a lot of animosity between the different parties in this meeting. This kind of thing serves no one. Let us talk. I am sure we can reach a meaningful and satisfactory solution to our conflict.
A living god does not have friends.
His Majesty understands us and our objectives in this region. It is natural that this brings us together. I am merely an advisor to His Majesty, here to protect Rome's trade routes. Legion? By Minoa, of course not. Marcellus and his men are here for my own protection. They are my Praetorian Guard. There seems to be a minor disagreement between a husband and his wife. You seem to be taking sides. Ill-advised, in my opinion, but I'm sure there's nothing I can do to dissuade you. Marcellus, take Hortensius and help them. But do as you're told.
This is inconvenient. We need to find those documents, but we can't do it with Loco's men hanging around.
They don't look formidable. I think we can kill both of them easily.
I'd be really happy if we could get rid of them without leaving behind more corpses. Calida, you're good at talking to people. Invent a reason for at least two of us to leave. Or be less charming, maybe, so I can send you away to find those ledgers.
What a waste. Poor kid's only crime was coming to Egypt.
It was an unfortunate breach of etiquette.
Unfortunate? This man was butchered.
Well, that would be an exaggeration, but I would like to point out the sheer difficulty of such an operation if performed using a larger blade. I'm sure you'll find it interesting.
You are a healer, aren't you?
I dabble.
Finally, one of you speaks sense. I am thirsty as the desert.
I can only agree. We shall discuss things over wine.
Now that the unpleasantries are out of the way, I assume we may finally discuss business.
Excellent idea. We have plenty of food. The Nile provides. Bring food for our guests. Prepare a feast at once.
Despite possessing endless wisdom, His Majesty is not used to dealing with Romans, especially not those with no position in the Senate. Let us slow down and clear some things up first.
I've traveled all this way so I can talk to my husband. I have absolutely no intention of watching two arrogant Romans exchange thinly veiled insults.
An advisory role to His Majesty, primarily protecting Roman interests. One's profit doesn't always cause the other's loss. The best business arrangements are reached when both parties benefit. The proconsul's death is a tragedy. We all mourn his loss. In times like this, it is natural to see enemies everywhere. Beware, however, that some people may interpret your words as accusations. It is unwise to speak of a crime of this magnitude without deeply convincing evidence. I haven't the faintest idea. Whoever arranged his murder must be very foolish indeed. Rome can be a valuable ally, but its wrath is terrifying.
Most people who are murdered simply deserve death. Perhaps this Lucullus wronged someone terribly.
Wise words, Your Majesty. Enemy is such a strong word. Egypt is a loyal ally of Rome, currently experiencing some civil disorder. Diplomatic channels remain open, as you can see.
A peace treaty? Are we at war? In my experience, soldiers often die. Your proconsul should have been careful. We do understand your anguish, but starting a war would be a bit of an overreaction. Don't you think? Perhaps. Let us first hear what you have to say.
Will you continue gossiping like old fishwives, or will we get to discuss terms finally?
All right. Depending on Calida's ability to keep them busy, I'd say we have enough time. Libraries, scrolls, and ledgers are your domain, Celeris. Lead the way, but discreetly. I don't like where this is going.
This is unacceptable. I need access to the library so I can continue my work.
Under no circumstances may the accountant be disturbed. Pharaoh's orders.
But I have a duty to continue the chronicle.
There's nothing I can do.
Looks like they're renovating. Too bad you're too large to fit through here, old man.
Are you looking for something, old man? Really? And what would that be? Odd. But I guess it makes sense on account of the whole meeting business. You do look like an accountant. But who are these two men? A sensible precaution. I can let you in, but only you. You'll have to leave your guards here.
Not bad, Celeris. Not bad at all. Go see what you can find inside. We'll wait out here.
So you want a permanent solution to our disagreement? Intriguing, we must admit. Let us hear your proposal.
My proposal is quite simple, darling. You shall cease your attack, and I shall assume my rightful place on the throne.
Ridiculous, as always. And when you sit on this throne, what should we do, we wonder?
I like this idea. It's creative and sufficiently humiliating for you. You shall rule Cyrenaica just like your grandfather, Physcon.
We are not amused anymore. Your jesting is tedious and insulting.
Irony is the rhetorical tool of simpletons. Well, I believe the best course here would be to arrange some sort of co-rule, granting both parties equal power.
Equal?
Indeed. That way, everyone's happy, and Rome continues to benefit from our trade deal.
Indeed. Instead, I will be on the throne, and the legatus here will be my Roman liaison.
We have questioned the witnesses in the garden. The guard was killed by one of the Queen's servants.
That is fantastic, Marcellus. But if you're here, where's the rest of our visiting party?
They are relaxing outside. I thought.
You thought? Why do you keep trying to do things you're not good at? Why did you leave a potentially dangerous group of people free to roam these halls?
With all due respect, Senator, you are overreacting. There are royal guards posted all around. It's not like they will set the palace on fire.
Hello, can I help you? Not at all. I oversee all transactions related to the Egyptian trade and taxation on behalf of the Senate of Rome. Certainly not. That is to say, the senator works for the Roman Senate too, you know. My name is Claudius Tranquillus. I'm not sure I can help with any kind of investigation. Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I don't have any ledgers. I just keep the numbers in my head. How do you know about that? I didn't mean to get involved. I was just handling the numbers. I tried to leave when I found out what they were doing, but the Pharaoh threatened to have me executed. I did. The leader of Wixi demanded oversight of his own organization. I tried to make it impossible to decipher. I've never met someone who knew as much about ciphers and riddles as I. He is called the Great Shadow. That's all I know about him. I don't even know if he's Roman. Not a real legion, obviously. Hired thugs. Even their number is a pun on death. I don't know why the senator employs them, but I can tell you there are 1,298 of them in his current employ. I don't think so. The proconsul's murder was very bad for us. It called too much attention to our work. I think it was the Pharaoh. They don't get along very well, the Pharaoh and the senator. At least the senator doesn't think so. I wish I could come with you, truly, but the Pharaoh's people will kill us both. I will. My family is well respected in Rome. I can recite all the numbers.
Your Majesty, the personal guard of your guests are sneaking about and acting suspicious in places they should not.
And where exactly should they sneak about and act suspicious? Tell me. That's right, Lokagos. Nowhere. Now leave us, and try to perform your duties adequately for a change.
Are you angry, darling? If the palace of our ancestors is falling apart, you have only your own incompetence to blame.
What's your endgame here, Legate? Not a single drop was shed before you appeared. We could have found a better solution to all of this. How dare you? I had no hand in, nor any knowledge of, the murder of our proconsul. You had best cease your wrongful accusations.
Your Majesty, we have reason to believe our guest Praetorian guard is up to no good. We'll need to get you to safety.
Assassination? Was that your goal all along?
Your Majesty, if I may, we promised these people safe passage. I cannot allow the death of another Roman on foreign soil.
Very well. The next time we meet, it will be on the field of battle. You will regret making an enemy of me, Roman!
That was an interesting experience.
We didn't get caught, but apparently our mere presence was enough to raise suspicion.
We found the man who keeps records for Vitellius Loco, Claudius Tranquillus. Unfortunately, he keeps them purely in his head.
He believes it was Ptolemy who killed Lucullus, so there's nothing we can use there.
Although it does mean our casus belli was sound, which is a great relief. Additionally, he confirmed that Loco is stealing tax money from Rome, and he is willing to testify before the Senate. Unfortunately, that will not be possible until we invade the city and capture this palace.
As long as you save him after taking Ptolemy's head. Come, let us leave. The next time we are here, this palace will be mine. We're leaving.